Now, Dr. Ambedkar devoted his whole life to fight for the annihilation of caste. If you read the Indian Constitution, it is so easy to understand. So hats off to those people actually. When any emergency happens in the national, what happens is the president becomes the whole and soul. He takes all authority. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Here in this session, we're going to learn about the constitutional development and its philosophy. So let's know what exactly we have. So we have the first one that is all about the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Now here in the first itself, we will understand what exactly Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar and his contributions towards the Constitution of India. Let me just tell you here, we need to salute this person. The reason being, whatever happened to him in his childhood, whatever happened to him in his adolescence, whatever happened to him physically, mentally, whatever it was, but when he became the chairman of the drafting committee, when he had all authority and responsibility, he only thought the welfare of the society, right? So a big round of applause to this person, that is our own Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who is always known as the Baba Sahib. Now here when we go with Baba Sahib, he said that it is the education which is the right weapon. See, this person, he always had this kind of enthusiasm, that is, and he always had that vision that entire India, right? Entire India, the entire Indians need to be educated. He says it is the education which is the right weapon to cut the social slavery, and it is the education which will enlighten the downtrodden masses to come up and gain social status, economic betterment, and political freedom. See here, whoever were the people who were downtraders, right? So here we have downtroddens. If they need to get up, they need to withstand to these societal competitions, they need to actually use a weapon, and that weapon is education. Through knowledge only you people can come up, is what he says. And he says that there should be social status. They need to gain what? Social status, economic betterment, and political freedom. How will you get it? Through education. Next, in 1923, Baba Sahib founded a sabha that is called the Bahishkrit Hitakarni Sabha. Why exactly he found that? Because to spread education among marginalized and to improve their economic conditions. That is what the contribution of B.R. Ambedkar. You will definitely get a question for say 10 marks or for 15 marks saying explain the contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The minute you get this question, you should be so happy to write about this person, because he has contributed to the maximum of the maximum for all Indians, and today we need to actually thank him for the way he has drafted the entire Constitution of India and has given it. Because in the entire world, if you go with it, the statistics says the lengthiest constitution is the Indian Constitution, because he has drafted in a way. And people who had written the Constitution, I'm also praising those people, because hats off to all those people whoever have contributed for the written and the writing part of the Constitution, collecting information from other constitution, having a lot of discussion about should we add this to the constitution or we shouldn't add. So all those people who contributed, it's a like we need to thank them. And here today in this platform of Vidhyaashram First Grade College, I, Dr. Abhilash Chandra, would like to thank all those people. Thank you so much for giving us a beautiful constitution of India. Now, when he went with that, see, the thing about the Indian constitution is, even if a person who knows to read and understand, if he reads the constitution of India, he'll understand each and everything. There is nothing like he cannot understand it, right? If you read any kind of say company law, the policies of company law, or the policies of any other thing, you will not able to understand because there will be something called hidden. But here, if you read the Indian constitution, it is so easy to understand. So hats off to those people actually, right? Don't you feel that? So moving forward, we have again here the society. When we go with that, that's all about the changing hierarchy structure of Indian society. What really happened? Now, Dr. Ambedkar devoted his whole life to fight for the annihilation of caste by proliferate a movement against the evil of the caste system. He was always against this caste system. He was a person who always used to think we need to love humans because we are humans. We should not hate humans on the basis of the caste. We should not love humans on the basis of the caste. We need to love people because we are people. That is what his main ideology was. Being himself a Dalit, he made all his efforts to change the hierarchical structure of Indian society and restoration of equal right, equal justice. See, equal right and equal justice. See, I'm not talking anything about 2024. I'm talking about when Baba Sahib was there. What is the mindset of people? Even I feel so sorry when I see the political parties where they feel that this particular religion is for this particular vote bank of the party. This religion is for some other party. I'm telling you, why did these people fought against the casteism? But what is the 2024 now we are doing? We are actually identifying the party with a caste. We are identifying a party with a religion. Don't you feel whatever they fought for, we are ruining it? And we should never ruin what our leaders, our fighters, the freedom fighters have done it. We should always support their ideology. So here he went with the equal right and equal justice to marginalize and abolish of untouchability. Understand the cruelty of human back then. They were having a kind of feel that there are few people where we are not supposed to touch them and they are called untouchable. See, how can a human be like that? How can we degrade people like that? And Baba Sahib was always a person who used to fight against this, and hats off to him. I always feel that if he wasn't there, if the freedom fighters weren't there, if people like so many people in India like Mahatma Gandhi ji or Nehru ji or Lal Bahadur Shastri, Bhagat Singh, see, I can name so many people. I don't want to miss out anybody. I want to give the credit to all freedom fighters who have fought for us, right? From Kitturani Channamma to Sanguli Rayanna to so many people who have always helped the nation to develop, their state to develop, their kingdom to develop, right? So we need to actually go through their visions and their missions. He stood for a complete reorganization and reconstruction of the Hindu society on the principle of equality free from casteism. So he always wanted to abolish the untouchable, as well as he wanted to give equal right and equal justice to everybody. Now, he advocated a society based on three fundamental principles. The first is all about liberty, equality, and fraternity. Fraternity. So they were the key fundamental, that is a basic. It is what? The fundamental, when I say it is basic principles. And Dr. Ambedkar was a remarkable liberal crusader who realized the ideological hollowness of Dalit movement and provided necessary ideology to it. He created awareness among depressed classes to have the graceful life. So this is what the contribution of B.R. Ambedkar is. Now next one, when we go with the political, what really happened here is the political party. He formed three political parties, which is the Independent Labour Party, the Republic Party of India, and All India Scheduled Caste Federation, which were instrumental in organizing Dalit community and raising voice in favor of Dalit community. Reservation in the election. Now what did he do for the reservation in the election? He represented the untouchables to the Round Table Conference in 1930. Due to his consistent, ceaseless effort, the Harijans were granted reservation of the seat in the election. See here, he really fought for those people who were not being given the seats or not been given the nomination at all, and he fought for them, and then finally in 1930 he got the seats. Next is salient feature of the Constitution of India. There are 26 salient features of Indian Constitution, but for our syllabus we will actually go with the 15 salient features. Whenever I'm writing here, please do understand what are the salient feature. Any doubt regarding these sessions, please do call us. We are always there to help you. The first salient feature is it is written constitution. What is it? Written constitution. Our Indian constitution is written. The meaning of salient in the sense very, very important feature of the Constitution of India. The second one is lengthiest constitution. The third one is democratic. Now I'll tell you how to remember the salient features and what you are supposed to do it. See, written constitution, why Indians opted written constitution is the British constitution was oral constitution, and whenever it is an oral constitution, people change according to their wish. But if it is a written constitution, now people can't change it unless you are supposed to get the consent from the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the President of India. So there is a lot of protocols. So that's why written. And lengthiest, I already told you, in the entire world, ours is the lengthiest constitution. And the third thing is, when we got republic, that is on the 26th of January 1950, that is inaugural, but the real republic we adopted, that was 26th of November 1949. Our main concern was we need to have a democratic country where people gonna choose who are the people who should rule them, right? That is democracy. The fourth one, F for we have something called fundamental rights. We have what? Fundamental rights. There are 6 fundamental rights. The fifth one, F for 5 and F for fundamental duties. India has something called fundamental duties, and there are 11 fundamental duties. I'll be doing this in the next sessions coming here. Now, S for 6, S for secular. India is a secularistic country. We are secular. S for 7, S for sovereign. We are sovereign. 8th one, E for 8, right? E for emergency provision. Emergency provision. Now, emergency provision, there are three types of emergency, and we have three types of emergency provision. One is national emergency, state emergency, financial emergency. In India, we have already gone through national emergency. In the states also, we have gone through state emergencies in a different states. But till now, financial emergency has not occurred. We have gone under financial crisis, but not financial emergency. Indira Gandhi period, that is when we had two national emergencies. State emergency, why it happens, national emergency, why it happens, the causes are different. When any emergency happens in the national, what happens is the president becomes the whole and soul. He takes all authority. In the state, what happens is the governor takes the whole responsibility and the authority, and other people becomes the common man. So that is the reason national emergency provision is there and state emergency provision is there. Till now in India, we have not gone across financial emergency. Please don't get confused. Demonetization is not financial emergency. Demonetization in the sense that monetization what we had, that doesn't have a value. That is what it was. So don't get confused. India has never gone under financial emergency, and India will never go for financial emergency, because our government and people of India will never let this thing happen, that is financial emergency. I'll continue here. The ninth point we have, I'll just write it here, the ninth one. In India, we have parliamentary form. See, the 9 is there. The mirror image of 9, if you go with it, it is P, right? Parliamentary form. Parliamentary form. We have, say, the Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha is there, right? So, parliamentary form. The 10th one, we have single citizenship. We have what? Single citizenship. The 11th one, we have bicameral government. That is the state government and the central government. 12th one, it's all about, we have preamble. We have what? Preamble. Preamble is a very important topic. I'll be doing it. Preamble. That is the face of the constitution, the index of the constitution. 13th one. We have something called Directive Principles of State Policy. Directive Principles of State Policy. We call it as DPSP, Directive Principle of State Policy. Now the 14th one. 14th one. Adult suffrage. Adult suffrage. Now, adult suffrage, adult franchise, if you go with it, right? We have something called as the voting power. And earlier, before 1988, the voting rights for any person in India was 21 years. After Rajiv Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India, he reduced it from 21 to 18 years. So anybody who is 18 years and above, they have a right to vote. So that is called adult suffrage. The 15th one is special provision. Special provision for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So special provision. So these are the 15 salient feature. If you write it, you will be getting 15 marks easily. And there are so many other things. Say you have judiciary review also. You can put it here, judiciary review. Say the 16th one also, I'll just tell you, judiciary review. That means here what will come? District Court, High Court, Supreme Court, all those things will be added here. So these are the salient feature. Next is here Nehru's contribution. What did the first Prime Minister of independent India, Jawaharlal Nehru, and his contributions are? See, many people say many things, but history can't be changed. People perspection and the perception can actually change, but history will be the same. So Nehru was the real architect of India's constitution. People actually say this. Ambedkar's role came much later when all decisions were already made. Ambedkar's drafting committee was asked merely to dress the baby, in the words of one of its member. I didn't say this nor anybody. It is said by a person who was a member of the drafting committee. All major principles of India's constitutions were decided by the experts. Committee of the Congress Party and the two top committees, that is the committees of the Constituent Assembly, all headed by Nehru. Nehru was a person who headed that, is what people say, and it was the real fact. Then besides the preamble, Nehru's intellectual fingerprints can be seen all over the Constitution. Most of the defining ideals, principles and guarantees in the Constitution, for which it is globally acclaimed, had found passionate expression in Nehru's speech while introducing the objective resolution. So that is what the contribution of Jawaharlal Nehru, and you will be getting this for 5 marks, and you can write these 5 points, you will be getting the 5 marks. Next is preamble. Say, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved the Constituent Assembly and the Constituent India into a sovereign, socialistic, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens, there are 3 things. One is justice, equality and fraternity. Now here when we go with it, justice, social, economic and political, liberty, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality, equality of status and the opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. See, unity and integrity was introduced by Indira Gandhi. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November, see here, what is it? 26th November, that is say 1949. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, we have adopted, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution. This is what he says. The 82nd amendment, where we added the unity and integrity there. So it's a homework for all of you. In that 82nd amendment, we also added few more things by Srimati Indira Gandhi. In the preamble itself, you are supposed to comment me in the comment section that what were being introduced by Srimati Indira Gandhi, right? So this is what the preamble is. Now, any doubt regarding this session, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you.